I'm glad that my Prime Minister met him. I may not like Narendra Modi ji's policies, but if I want my film industry to do well and become a global player,
Sure.
they have to interact with him. They have to talk.
What policy of Narendra Modi don't you like?
Many policies.
Right.
I have many on his economic policy. I think he's the most left Prime Minister, even more left than Manmohan Singh ji. He's done nothing in privatization. Absolutely.
his policies are the same as-
Except for Air
Boss,
India.
all the coal blocks.
Except for Air India.
Coal blocks.
Which they went to court against.
Okay. So that's the
Which they
same
went
as
to
the Congress
So he-
policy.
Yeah.
So I don't like.
So but out there, it's a
doing
balance.
as Rahul
out.
Gandhi
I think-
What are the other policies you don't like?
In foreign policy, I think that he needs to be slightly more accommodating of the global south. I think now he's
Abbe
gone
yaar,
back-
South
no,
I'm
I'm sorry.
Why are we
No,
a
no.
global
That's
south?
my point of view. My
No.
point of view.
One second. We
That's my
got
point of view.
screwed
You are
over.
not-
We
you
got
are not
screwed
over.
over.
Thinking-
No,
He
on the
is-
global south. I'm
He is
telling you on the
thinking on
foreign.
his feet
Again
because this
bullying.
was an
No,
out of
how the
syllabus
bullying?
question.
How? No, I think.
मैं तो
there is
टाइमर
on the
लगाने
side
वाला था
on the
3
global-
पॉलिसी बता वो तो
Yeah.
मैंने टाइमर नहीं लगाया
लगा दे मैं बता रहा हूँ ये दूसरी पॉलिसी I don't like about it.
Which one?
The global
अच्छा,
south
global
and
south.
foreign. Do I like his policy with the Middle East?
Achha, SIR, you have a problem with SIR?
I have a problem with the way SIR is being conducted right now. Absolute problem. I don't have a problem with SIR. I think SIR is legitimate to do, but the way it's done in 42 plus 7, 49 days, the way these guys have had different rules for Bengal and Uttar
You had a
Pradesh
problem
versus
बिहार में जैसे हुआ ऐसा
versus
you had a problem
Anand,
in
बात
Bihar.
करने One second, let me finish. Versus in Assam, where now they've said because NRC is over, we'll only do an SR. We'll not look at those documents. When an NRC is over, I'll tell you what my problem is. When the SR in Bihar was going on, the Home Minister comes and says, all infiltrators will be thrown out. सारे घुसपैठिए बैठे हुए 390 निकले, एक को बाहर नहीं निकाला. जहाँ आसाम में घुसपैठिए मिले
तुमको
आपको
कैसे पता निकाला कि नहीं निकाला?
नहीं निकाला
हाँ.
तो पता चलता ना डिटेंशन सेंटर में तो होते
है,
कोई
हाँ.
तो कोर्ट भागता ना लेफ्ट वाला सच है
नहीं
करेक्ट
भागता ना।
अब आसाम में जो 19 लाख निकले वहां पर आपने नहीं निकाला वहां पे आप कह रहे हो हम दोबारा से एनआरसी करोगे सो यू डोंट हैव अ पॉलिसी द डेटा शोज 80,000 इन्फिल्ट्रेटर्स वर रिमूव्ड बाय यूपीए इन्होंने 5,000 6,000 निकाले तो आप इसको कम्युनलाइज मत करो एसआर वाज अ गुड इशू आई थिंक इट शुड हैव हैपेंड बट द वे द होम मिनिस्टर मेड इट अबाउट घुसपैठियाज इट्स नॉट द इलेक्शन
I like
Can I
the
push back? Can I push back?
And you know what? I like the debate which is taking place in the parliament at the time of shooting this episode, though we are airing it later. The debate is taking place, and it is so interesting because people are coming up with facts and they have researched and they are talking about it, which is like, thank God. I hope it lasts. The first day, at least, the debate has been interesting.
3 things. First, there used to be a thing called the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, which actually did stellar research, which used to inform ministers of the UPA, which unfortunately nobody in the Congress seems to want to take anymore, number one. Because certain people have decided they know best. Number 2, the Global South, we went with the Global South throughout the UPA. We were lockstep with China in negotiating emission standards. At the last minute, the Chinese cut us off and they negotiated their own emissions. We never managed to negotiate our emissions. Okay, that is when our policy on the Global South changed, which is we will use the Global South to amplify our own demands, but India first, ultimately, which is what, one second, which is what this government is about. Number 3 is, when you talk about Modi being socialist,
he is
boss, I agree it's socialist. Totally. This is a democracy, boss. You can't see the American dream is everybody accepts the oppressor because they dream of the day where they become the oppressor. That is not the Indian dream. That is not the Indian foundational ethos. You tell people that bhai देख अंबानी अदानी को अमीर होने दे, तू सड़ते रह, तेरे को ना ही तो हेल्थ कवर दूंगा, ना ही तो कोई इलेक्ट्रिसिटी दूंगा. I'm not going to give you toilets. Boss, he is not going to vote.
No, that is not what I have a problem with. I am all for welfareism. Welfareism is different from giving cash transfers directly in the middle of an election, 10,000 rupees without it being budgeted, and you're saying that's a grant to all the women.
If you think an election was won or lost on 10,000 rupees, you're mistaken.
No, but I think it is absolutely unethical. It is absolutely wrong. Then in the middle of an election, you're giving 10,000 rupees. You say, oh, we have this policy now.
That's an excuse.
No, they did it with Ladki Behan also.
Yeah, there are 2 excuses.
You can't be giving
one
people
second.
cash.
Whether you say, look, the other side was also promising things, right? The question is, would they have done it after the election or before the election? But that's not the point. I have 2 grouses. One is this, you are being disingenuous on this, like everybody else. The second problem has been your weeping and crying over
global south.
the SIR thing.
Let's get to the SIR.
And where my problem with that is, and this is a standard tactic you people use, okay? And that tactic is that you take out the exception. Aadhaar card is bad because somebody went and got a kutte ka Aadhaar card. Okay? Now, out of 100 million or 1 billion Aadhaar cards being made, if there are maybe 5, 10, 50, 100, 200 cases, some person who does not have fingerprints or some biometric problem, those are exceptions. I'm not saying don't deal with it. What you guys do is you use the exceptions to question the basic framework of the policy.
You're wrong on this. I'll tell you why. Just allow me to answer the
In the case of SIR, one second. In the case of SIR, for example, you have been weeping your nuts off on some people who have committed suicide. You don't know whether they committed suicide or they died because of SIR, because of something else. Now, just because somebody tells you it was because of SIR does not mean it was because of SIR. The guy might have been unwell, whatever the reason. Okay, supposing somebody was so shocked that he died, it is extremely unfortunate, but that does not distract you or should not distract you from the utility and the necessity of the SIR. That you need to have clean, let me finish, clean electoral rolls. Okay? The second is that on this whole SIR question, this whole thing which you guys have created, agar itni problem thi, jin logon ka naam kata, why did they not go to court? Why did they not put in a representation? There hasn't been the kind of representation.
Can I just answer this
just
quickly?
one sentence and then we'll go to Anand. We haven't got his line.
Very quickly. Let me.
You always have a good time on our friends.
Okay, let me answer both of these. Number one, it is the opposition that pushed for the Aadhaar. So I completely agree with you that just because one Aadhaar was on a Kutta or Donald Trump or some other name, it should not have been excluded. It is the government that wanted to link Aadhaar and Epic card, and then they did a U-turn on it. Just to give you one quick fact check, in Epic card, the Chief Election Commissioner explained why 0 number is valid as an address. Fair point. And if you're linking Aadhaar, no Aadhaar has a 0 house number. So then how did you manage that? How Aadhaar is proof of house. I said this in your debate. So please, the government itself was confused. Number two, as so far as those people committed suicide, a lot of them are on videos. There's one very viral video where a guy said, look, the thing is, in the earlier SIR, it started on 1st May 2002, ended on 16th October 2002. It was 165 days. This SR is 42 plus 7 days, 49. They haven't been trained. The software is hanging. Those people have targets to do. And again, seeing those 11 documents, and there's pressure. If you don't meet those targets, you're being suspended.
So now it's been
that is the problem.
No, now it's been extended. It's been
7
extended.
days.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's been extended by 7 days.
Correct.
So they are correcting whatever mistakes which were done. Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा।
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है।
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब।
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप।
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI, it does not lie।